We were speaking about tokenization for a while on this channel, and I understand that it does get a touch bit repetitive, but the motive why I preserve to speak approximately tokenization is because of what we listen from essential gamers from this area. We maintain listening to that tokenization is going to disrupt now not just, you realize, 1,000 billion, no longer just 10 trillion, however masses of trillions into quadrillions of dollars. And if we simply take a step again and think about that, this market has but to even hit $10 trillion. So to think about the lengthy term route in advance when we are simply type of addressing tokenization, we've a lot extra to accomplish on this area. And which means that this space, as soon as it hits a number of those higher market capitalizations, reflect on consideration on how a lot greater valuable XRP may be. For an example, I am very excited about the destiny for this entire market when it comes to tokenization. But permits without a doubt address the tokenization revolution that is going on across the XRP ledger. So with that being said, welcome to the channel all and sundry. My name is Nick. For the ones which can be new to the channel, optimistically via the stop of this video, you do grow to be a subscriber. And also, if you guys are not in the Unfastened Discord, what are you guys watching for? Join up, you won't remorse it. And with that being said, let's dive on in. So there has been a record via Ripple, and it turned into definitely titled Scaling Tokenization and Building Interoperability in Primary and Secondary Markets. We sincerely have here the fee of tokenized US Treasury property on public blockchains like Ethereum and Polygon has exceeded $650 million in August of 2023, up from just $100 million cost in January, the identical 12 months. Hong Kong just finished issuance of tokenized inexperienced bonds worth approximately $100 million, and Northern Trust simply announced a brand new DLT challenge that permits tokenization of carbon markets. These are, however, simplest notional wins when compared with the predictions around the entire capacity of tokenization anticipated to be inside the $20 trillion variety with the aid of 2030 by means of the likes of Boston Consulting Group and Citi. Now, whilst we virtually study this, you realize view of tokenization. Yeah, I mean, those values that we listen about are very small wins in comparison to in which we are truly headed, I imply. Again, I usually deliver up derivatives as such a large market. But, you know, again, I also want you guys to apprehend that. I do not want you guys to mess up this possibility that you are being presented with. I get the fast time period idea of investing. I understand it. However, we've got one of these existence-changing opportunity in front, folks, that I don't think that quite a few people are surely knowing. But permits clearly cross over here real brief. So we have here Ripple XRP, huge bullish momentum behind Ripple and XRP, explained brilliantly via Rasmussen from Bitstamp these days. CC headwinds deplete. DeFi on XRP Ledger meme coin mania RLUSD launched institutional DeFi clients. Bills use instances and XRP ETF institutional capital flows. As he finishes explaining his entrance into the crypto marketplace was with XRP. Now that is truly from Paul Barron, but test this real quick out because this is displaying you just how much momentum there's at the back of XRP and XRPL. If you examine where XRP has type of come from, do you got any predictions on XRP for 2025? That's a wonderful question. I must caveat and say that I certainly entered the crypto marketplace through XRP returned in the day. It became like the first crypto asset that I observed and become like, there you cross, this is going to change the manner the sector functions. So I actually have a gentle spot in my heart for XRP. We're definitely enthusiastic about XRP. It wasn't considered one of our predictions always, however, I do consider XRP has just been held returned so substantially through being the focal point of the SEC for lots of few years. Now that we're going to see that headwind burn up, I assume XRP has a, in reality, sturdy setup. We mentioned the stablecoin that they just launched that now has, what, 50 million plus in market cap. I know people are excited about DeFi. It really is happening on top of XRP. I even noticed a number of the meme coin mania. This is passed off on Solana and on Ethereum. I saw some talks of that on Twitter. You recognize as a way to bleed into the XRP marketplace. And so I do suppose that you have this regulatory cloud. It's evaporated over XRP. And that has glaringly caused a few strong charge overall performance. And then you definitely have real tendencies and innovation going on. And you stated partnerships with establishments. I assume all of those could drive XRP higher if a capability XRP ETP involves marketplace. That's obviously every other catalyst wherein you're going to have institutional capital flowing in and a less complicated access to XRP for buyers. So I'm certainly enthusiastic about XRP. I suppose it's in a wonderful spot going into 2024. It probably hasn't been on this terrific of a spot due to the fact that pre-2020. And he is 100% accurate here, proper. It has now not been in a spot like this, seeing that going all the manner again to like. You realize 2019, 2018, even 2017. XRP today is extraordinarily bullish. But additionally, yeah, we're seeing a big revolution taking place around the XRP ledger or even around XRP. The most important factor that I, in reality, sort of examine is the tokenization revolution. I do assume this is brewing right now with all of those awesome, you understand, projects which can be happening around the XRP ledger and additionally lots of the strides being made around, just like the regulatory aspect of factors. And even though we go over here, recollect what David Schwartz instructed us, right? This goes all the way back to February 4th of this year. Tokenization is ready to revolutionize the XRP ledger, and Ripple CTO David Schwartz unveils the timeline 12 to 18 months with a $1.4 quadrillion market. Even a 1% sees approach trillions flowing into XRP. But take a look at this out. That's one of the many reasons why the XRP ledger goes to be an amazing area to launch tokenized real global property. I think we'll see that in the subsequent year, 12 months and a half. I'm hoping that we are going to see. This is real-world asset tokenization projects develop. I suppose the XRP ledger is going to be a surely appropriate platform for them to launch on, especially because of the low expenses and due to the integration with the DEX, with the proximity to sort of the movement of funds. If a person's going to shop for what do you want to do with an actual world tokenized asset, you want to buy it, you need to promote it, you want to maintain it, you need to switch it. And if you need to shop for it and promote it, you want so as to do that with something asset is convenient for you. You don't want to tie in case you tokenize a few type of debt, like you don't want, and you realize this is something that I need you men to apprehend proper. It's no longer pretty much, oh, the tokenization revolution, so they're just going to tokenize trillions and that's it. No, it'll tokenize trillions and then create a whole marketplace for it as nicely, wherein XRP is largely the bridge and settlement asset. Now, on pinnacle of that, over here, we've from the IMF tokenization panel discussing banks and financial establishments currently tokenizing their belongings on a blockchain. The switch is already taking place. This is an intently and huge shout to Smoke Dog for this. Check it out. Procedure framework, a governance framework for banks to tokenize their asset in this community. For example, you can tokenize from money market fund to bonds to equities to deposits and position that illustration on the network and allow it to transport among the two events. Today in Singapore, nearly close to a dozen banks are already personalizing their asset of the network. Standard Street Bank just announced, I assume a few months lower back, they're tokenizing their alternate receivables. Market fund, JPM is tokenizing the deposits. So you can see that transfer is taking place already. And from a marketplace efficiency perspective, you're dramatically decreasing the operational procedures out of the machine. So we experience that without going into the complex definition of what token is from a criminal standpoint or from an educational standpoint. I look at it as natural tech delight, whole tech pride. Whole tech pride, you take that piece of asset, put it inside the network wherein you may blend two matters, the fee of the asset and possession of the asset, unmarried piece of token. And if I can get the community governed nicely, you can move the asset amongst ourselves without the want for human beings to reconcile between databases. That's what's going on in Singapore. And so that you see this as potentially transformative. Now, we are beginning to see that big transfer. I mean, if you clearly think about it, all of the institutions, all the corporations are beginning to line up for this use case. I mean, we see it occurring even right now as you study BlackRock. You take a look at Fidelity, you observe, you realize Franklin Templeton, you examine Archix with, you already know Aberdeen. I mean, it's occurring. It is going on. Now, Ripple did place out this complete PDF report proper. This changed into again in September of 2023, defining enterprise standards, scaling tokenization.